Hey everyone, welcome back. It's me, the part-time economist, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing my top picks for the best free data analysis tools that you can use. So that's what we're talking about in today's video. But before I get started, I want to share just a little bit of context why I'm making this video. So I recently got a video on my YouTube channel where somebody said essentially, look, I want to do statistics, but I don't want to spend tons of money on an expensive program like SPSS, but I also don't want to spend the time required to learn how to use a full-on programming language like R or Python. So with that being said, I decided to make a list of some of my favorite drag and drop, point and click data analysis programs that you can use for free. Now, before I get started, I want to say these are just my top picks. There are tons of other programs out there that you can use. So if you have a program that you really like, feel free to drop it in the comments so that we can all learn from each other. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So I'm going to start at a very basic level. If you are in an introduction to statistics class, right? I'm talking about like Stat 101, business statistics, right? Any kind of introduction to statistics class, there are two programs that I think are absolutely fantastic. This is JASP and Jamovi. These are very beginner friendly. They do all the basic stuff, right? So t-test, regression, ANOVA, creating basic charts and graphs, right? These are going to get you covered. On top of that, they are both free to use. You can get them on all of the different operating systems. So you have Linux, you have Mac, and you have Windows. And one of them even has a cloud interface, so you can do it wherever you are. So JASP and Jamovi, in my opinion, are the best for entry-level statistics classes. But let's suppose that you have graduated from your entry-level class and now you're getting into a little bit more advanced work. Maybe you're doing something like econometrics, or you're doing a lot of regression analysis. In that case, the two that I really like, well, I shouldn't say the two. The one that I really like is Gretel. This is a free econometrics package that you can use. If there is an econometric model out there, there's a pretty good chance that Gretel can do it, right? So it's doing panel, it's doing time series, it's doing cross-sectional. You can validate your model, you can do tests of your assumptions, you can create graphs. Like, if you're looking for a free toolkit for doing regression analysis, econometrics, Gretel is my number one pick. Now, I want to also share two additional tools that, to be honest, I don't use that much, but I want to make this video as complete as possible. If you're looking for a MATLAB clone, right, you're doing matrix manipulation, you're actually getting in there, transposing your matrix, doing things like the nuts and bolts, then Octave is a free alternative for MATLAB. If you are doing symbolic calculations, right? You're doing integrals and derivatives and stuff like that, symbolic math, then one program that works for that is WX Maxima. Again, I've used Octave and WX Maxima before, but I am not an expert in them, so I just can't talk a whole lot about them. Finally, I want to close out the video by, of course, you know me, I make R programming videos. I've got to give a huge shout out to true, fully fledged programming language like R, like Python, like Julia, all of those things, right? Because at the end of the day, all of the statistical programs that I have showed you, right? JASP, Jamovi, all of those things, they are great tools, but at some point in your career, if you're getting really advanced into data analysis, into statistics, you're going to get to a point where you're like, you know what? The function that I'm looking for doesn't exist in this package, or maybe you need to create an entirely new function. And full-blown programming languages like R, Python, they are going to help you do that in a way that you just can't really do with some of those other programming languages. So I tried to make this video short. I tried to cover the basics, but if you have a specific question, you're trying to do something in a data analysis package and you can't figure out what package is best, leave it as a comment. If you have found some great data analysis tool out there that you want to share with everyone else, leave it as a comment. As always, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.